In November, President Trump posted on Truth Social about sending Americans a dividend from tariff revenue. He specifically mentioned this would go to those with moderate income. Then in December, he spoke about it again, suggesting these $2,000 checks could arrive by mid-2026. Sounds great, right? Free money from the government. Who wouldn't want that? But here's where it gets complicated, and I need you to pay close attention because this is where most news coverage falls short. On December 21st, White House economic advisor Kevin Hassett went on CBS's Face the Nation and dropped a reality check that most people missed. Here's exactly what he said. Congress is going to have to send that money to those people. This would have to be money that would be an appropriation. Let me translate that for you. The president cannot just write you a check. Any stimulus payment, whether you call it a tariff, dividend, a rebate, or whatever, requires Congress to pass legislation approving the spending. The president can propose it, he can campaign for it, but he cannot make it happen on his own. Now, Hassett was optimistic. He said, "Since July, we've had a lot of positive news about the economy. In the summer, I wasn't so sure there was space for a check like that, but now I'm pretty sure that there is." Optimism is nice, but optimism doesn't pay your bills. Congressional approval does. Here's where the numbers get really interesting. And by interesting, I mean problematic. The Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget. That's a nonpartisan, not-for-profit organization that tracks government spending. Did the math on this proposal. Their findings. Trump's tariffs are projected to raise about $300 billion per year, but here's the kicker. Sending out $2,000 dividend checks would cost approximately $600 billion per round. You don't need to be a mathematician to see the problem here. The revenue is $300 billion, the cost is $600 billion, that's a $300 billion gap. Now, Hassett did suggest they could use other revenue streams beyond tariffs. Quote, "We get taxes, we get tariffs, we get revenue from lots of places, and then Congress decides how to spend those monies." That's technically true, but pulling $600 billion from somewhere isn't exactly a minor budget adjustment. It's a massive spending decision that will require serious debate and compromise in Congress. And we haven't even talked about the biggest wild card, the Supreme Court. Here's something most people don't know. The tariffs themselves are being challenged in court. On November 5th, the Supreme Court heard arguments questioning whether the president even has the constitutional authority to impose these tariffs unilaterally. The justices seemed skeptical, asking tough questions about executive power. Their decision is expected by early 2026, right around the same time these dividend checks are supposedly coming. If the Supreme Court strikes down the tariffs, there goes the tariff revenue, and if there's no tariff revenue, the whole tariff dividend concept falls apart. Now, Hassett said the administration expects to win that case. He also said it's pretty unlikely they'd have to issue widespread tariff refunds because of the administrative difficulty involved. But expecting to win and actually winning are two very different things. Courts have surprised administrations before. Here's what frustrates me most about this whole situation. We still don't know the basic details. Who exactly qualifies? What does moderate income mean? Is that $50,000? $75,000? $100,000? How would the money be distributed? Direct deposit? Mailed checks? Debit cards like some pandemic payments? Would it be per person or per household? Would dependents count? The administration has provided almost zero specifics. And when a $600 billion proposal lacks basic details, that tells you it's still very much in the idea phase, not the implementation phase. Section 6, the track record problem. I want to be fair here, so let's look at the track record. This isn't the first time direct payments have been proposed in 2025. Let me walk you through what's happened so far. Attempt number 1, the $5,000 DOGE dividend. Earlier in the year, Trump voiced support for $5,000 checks funded by savings from the Department of Government Efficiency. What happened? Nothing. The idea faded away without any formal proposal. Attempt number 2, the $600 tariff rebate. In July, Trump said he was thinking about a $600 tariff rebate. Senator Josh Hawley from Missouri actually introduced legislation called the American Worker Rebate Act of 2025. What happened? It never made it out of committee, dead on arrival. Attempt number 3, the $2,000 tariff dividend. Now we have the current proposal. As of today, there's no bill, no vote scheduled, and no concrete timeline. I'm not saying it won't happen, but I am saying, look at the pattern. Now, direct payments to Americans have happened before. Let's remember that. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Americans received 3 rounds of stimulus checks. Round 1, 2020, up to $200 per adult under Trump. Round 2, December 2020, $600 per person under Trump. Round 3, 2021, $400 per person under Biden. So yes, it can happen. But notice what was different. There was a global pandemic, economic emergency, bipartisan urgency, businesses were closed, people couldn't work. Today's economic situation is different. We have low unemployment, GDP is growing, there's no crisis forcing Congress to act quickly. That changes the political calculus significantly. So here's my advice, and I want you to really hear this. Do not make financial decisions based on money you haven't received. Don't take on new debt expecting a $2,000 check to bail you out. Don't delay paying bills because you think relief is coming. Don't count this money in your 2026 budget. If it happens, fantastic. Treat it as a bonus. Use it to pay down debt, build your emergency fund, or invest in your future. But until a bill is passed, signed, and checks are actually being distributed, this is just talk. Hopeful talk, maybe. But talk nonetheless. Here's what I want you to do instead of waiting. Step 1. Check on benefits you're already entitled to. Go to benefits.gov and see what federal and state programs you might qualify for right now. Step 2. If you're expecting a tax refund, file early. That's money that's actually coming, and you can plan around it. Step 3. Build your emergency fund. Even $500 to $1,000 set aside gives you options when life throws curveballs. Step 4. Subscribe to this channel. I'll keep you updated the moment anything real happens with this stimulus proposal. No hype, no clickbait, just facts. Let me quickly summarize what we covered. Trump has proposed $2,000 tariff dividend checks for mid-2026. Congress must approve any payment. The president can't do it alone. The math doesn't add up. $300B in revenue versus $600B needed. The Supreme Court could strike down the tariffs entirely. Previous stimulus proposals in 2025 went nowhere. No details on who qualifies or how it would work. Bottom line, hope for the best, but plan based on reality. That's the truth about the $2,000 stimulus check proposal. I know it's not the "you're definitely getting free money" message some channels are pushing, but I'd rather give you facts you can use than hype that leaves you disappointed. If you found this helpful, smash that like button and subscribe. I post new videos every week breaking down government benefits, stimulus updates, and ways to put more money in your pocket. Drop a comment below. Do you think Congress will actually pass these $2,000 checks? I want to hear your thoughts. This is Benefits Post. I'll see you in the next one.